Other top story tonight, it is dangerously hot out there. Central Illinois is under an excessive heat warning. The National Weather Service says heat kills more people each year than, get this, any other weather hazard, including tornadoes, lightning, and floods. WCIA3's Caitlin Connolly live in Champaign. Caitlin, we talk all the time about you have to watch out for the elderly and pets, but this can also be really dangerous for kids.
Yes, and the Department of Health says to keep them inside during the hot hours of the day and definitely keep them hydrated. But parents, you know that keeping your kids inside can drive them crazy if they're inside all of day, all the time. So if you've got to bring them to a playground, there are a few tips that you need to know. As a kid, it's a top destination.
Woohoo! Good job!
And it's great for parents, too, because there's no better way to get out that energy. But as the sun rises throughout the day, this hot spot is a danger zone.
Playground equipment can get very hot. Most of it is directly in the sun, so definitely do a touch test. If it's hot to you, it's very hot to your child.
It's as easy as checking the equipment before your kids. Divya Marani says it's something she makes sure to do every day.
Yes, for sure. And we try to come here earlier in the morning because later on in the afternoon it's very hot and the equipment is very hot. So we always make sure to touch it and make sure he has loose cotton clothing on.
Because in the heat of the moment, kids can sometimes forget.
Sometimes little kids will try to go on stuff and it's really hot, like a slide.
Even if you're running through water to keep cool, you're not in the clear. Chelsea Norton with the Parks Department says there are still precautions you need to take.
So with this heat advisory, it's great to be out and playing, and the splash pad can definitely cool you down. But you still need to keep hydrated, you still need to keep out of the sun, especially with small children.
Marani says that's why she checks in with her kid every 10 minutes.
Even though he's just taking a sip, you want to make sure he's hydrated.
It's a way to keep this spot a cool place for kids to go. Another tip, if your kids need to stay cool in some water and they want to use a hose at your home, make sure to tell them to wait a second after they turn the water on. If they're trying to pour it on their head, if they're trying to put it on them, the initial water is going to be hot if that hose is out in the sun. So again, make sure to tell them to wait just a few seconds after they turn that hose on. Live in Champaign, Caitlin Connolly, WCIA3, your local news leader.
I have totally done that as a kid.
Yes.
I remember.
Always pouring it on your head.
Yeah, right? And it's
cool,
scalding
but you
hot.
know that first water is hot.
I know. All right, good advice. Thank you so much, Caitlin. So we talked to a doctor who said it doesn't matter what kind of equipment it is, plastic or metal. Kids run the risk of being hurt, especially if they're younger.
Skin, again, is a little more sensitive to the heat, and they're also kind of learning how to be out and about in the world, and they don't always recognize that, oh, this hurts, I need to move.
She says try to stick to taking your kids outside in the morning and don't forget the sunscreen. So